Mezzo-soprano Cecilia Bartoli is here. She is recognized as one of the world's leading core classical recording artists. Throughout her career, she has championed neglected music. Her most recent CD, the Salieri Album, features a selection of arias by the little-known composer Antonio Salieri. Here she is performing one of his arias. You find the music so enchanting because?
No, I found the music so enchanting because the music is full of passion, of colors, of nuance. It's really a deep music, the music of Salieri, yes. And I think this, yes, this is the main reason.
And how did you discover him?
I discovered because Salieri was a pupil of Gluck.
Ah.
Yes. And the music of Salieri is in Vienna since he left Italy. I mean, he was born in Legnago, I mean, close to Verona. Right. And he left Italy when he was 16 years old. He went to Vienna. And in Vienna, he became the musician, I mean, the Hofkapellmeister, so the composer of the emperor. And then he had a big success. I mean, in Vienna, that big success in Italy, in France also. With Tarare, with Danaid, he worked with the greatest poets of 18th century. I mean, with Lorenzo da Ponte, for instance.
Yes.
He was the one who invited Lorenzo da Ponte in Vienna, who worked actually first with da Ponte, and da Ponte worked with Mozart later.
So when you get interested in a composer,
yes,
do you go find out everything you can about that person?
Oh, I try. I mean, Salieri, he composed 39 operas, so was a very active, of course, in Vienna. And then he worked with the greatest sopranos of the times, like Storace, like Cavalieri. And, I think this is extremely interesting, yes.
And the story of his relationship to Mozart.
Yes.
What's the truth about that?
Oh, the truth, then of course, there was a kind of antagonism, yes, in Vienna.
Because
but the truth,
Salieri was jealous.
No, because Salieri was more famous.
Salieri did not think he came off well compared to Mozart.
No, I think not at all. I think Salieri actually was a good relation between Mozart and Salieri. There is a letter of the wife of Mozart, Costanze. Then when Mozart died, the little son, Xavier, I mean, had lesson with Salieri, yes, of music. I mean, I think Constanze herself, she wrote, "I'm so happy that my little son will have lesson, will continue to make music with the great composers, Antonio Salieri." So, that's very interesting.
Mozart had children? Yes. And did they become musicians?
Well, Xavier, this is the one who, I mean, I don't know the music of the son of Mozart, but I know then he had lesson with Salieri. I know that Beethoven also, he taught Beethoven, Schubert, and even the young Liszt had lesson with Salieri. So it was a very important, I think, an important figure of 18th century, as a musician, as a composer, yes, too.
And you must therefore believe that the movie, which Mary Abrahamson won an Academy Award for, I think.
Yes, as a Salieri, playing the Salieri role.
That's an unfair portrayal of him, or not?
No, I mean, it's a fictional character there. It's great, it's a fantastic movie, but the real story of Salieri...
It's a real character fictionalized.
Yes, it's fictionalized, definitely. I mean, the story of Salieri is definitely different, yes. And the music, what I think this is what is effectively the most important. The music of Salieri is neglected. I mean, it's still neglected, since more than 200 years, which I feel this is a pity. I mean, how a composer can defend himself through his music, but if his music is not performed, so there is no way to... Yeah.
Now, do you like music? Do you like discovering something that is not so popular or not so produced and then giving it your own?
I like it when I find that there is a quality in the music, when I feel I have something to say, something to share. Yes, I like it, yes. I mean, what happened to Salieri, or for instance, another great composer like Paisiello or Cimarosa, very active in Vienna, and not only in Vienna, yes.
But you turned down an opportunity to perform in a Salieri opera at La Scala?
Oh no, the La Scala no was a problem with the schedule. I mean, they're going to, hopefully, I mean, La Scala now is closed for renovation, and hopefully they're going to open with an opera of Salieri. Yes, l'Europa riconosciuta, because this was the opera who opened La Scala, yes.
And will you be in that opera?
No, unfortunately no, because I'm engaged in, already in another, in a tour of concerts, so I cannot make it.
But that would be the kind of thing that if otherwise possible you would like to do.
Yes, but also in the l'Europa riconosciuta is a beautiful piece, but it's not one of the most beautiful pieces of Salieri. So it's a great opera. Also, the role in the l'Europa riconosciuta, I mean, are not really, they don't really fit 100% my instruments.
Yeah,
so,
sure, I understand.
Yes,
right.
yes. So.
Yeah, how does he depict women, Salieri?
Oh, women?
Yes.
Well, women of Salieri, I mean, the variety you can find in the, not only in the music, but also in the characters.
Yes.
I mean, from La Contessa, for instance. La Contessa, we know the Contessa of the Marriage of Figaro, but I think the Contessa of Salieri, which was, I mean, the Salieri wrote this Scuola dei Gelosi 3 years before the Nozze di Figaro. I mean, is a very touching lady. I mean, it's a very lady full of emotion, of melancholia and passion. And I think, yes, and then you can jump from La Contessa to, I don't know, to Lisotta, I'm sorry, or, which is a totally different characters. I mean, I think this is what makes also Salieri so interesting. The women are so different, yes, one to the other, yes.
Is any of them appropriate for you?
Well, appropriate as a
In
character point of view?
Matches your own instinct, your voice, your...
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Which one?
I mean, there's not just one. I mean, the fact that I can play different women of Salieri, this is what makes so interesting.
And
I mean,
which is your favorite?
To be servant and to be countess, you know.
Yeah.
This is what is so exciting. The extreme, yes, also that you can find, yeah.
And is there a favorite for you?
Favorite is, for instance, speaking about the opera of Salieri, which I think Armida, for instance, of Salieri is a masterpiece, and Rinaldo, which is a travesty role. I mean, there is a scene, which is fantastic scene. It's a scene will remind me, in a way, the Gluck style, because this is the way the scene starts in the stile Gluckiano, and then develop almost in the romantic feeling, yes. And Rinaldo is in the forest waiting for Armida, and then you can hear the birds, you can hear the, I mean, it's such a, I think, it's such a deep moment, yes. And
where are you now at this stage of your career in terms of your interest and your music? I mean,
where I am?
Yeah.
I'm still, as I say, I think I have still a lot to learn. Yes, this is Salieri. It's a proof of that. Yes, and what I'm also, I feel it's important to do great. I mean, collaboration with people. I love to work with people who help me to listen to music in a different way, to hear music in a different way, and yes, this is. And yes, and to share the music, I believe, as I said before, I have to share this emotion with, yes.
Many critics, or some, have made something of the fact that you've concentrated on the Baroque period.
Well, Baroque period, so, which is, I really think you need a lot of concentration, which, since it was such a period full of
richness,
fantastic composers, so then I feel I'm very lucky. Yes, then I can do that.
Well, and as you see it evolving, where does it go for you? I mean, where do you think your own interest and the kinds of things you want to do, you know?
Oh, the interest is even to go back to the source. I mean, speaking about Baroque music, I also would like to do music of 17th century. I mean, composers like Monteverdi, and then, but also up to the beginning of 18th century. Handel, for instance, the young Handel. Yes, this is very interesting.
Why?
All this trip he did in Italy. I mean, because, yes, I love the young opera of Handel. Yes, the operas that he composed when he was in Italy, when he did this was a fantastic trip in it.
This album, Cecilia Bartoli, the Salieri album. Thank you for coming.
Oh, sure.
Great
Thank
to have
you.
you here.